Hey all, Hipper here. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course subscribe. Because this video here we're gonna go through the new and so-called improved stats. I kind of dispute that, but I'll go through the details here with you. It is an improvement, I'm not gonna deny that. But is it, the stats that we were all looking for? No, they aren't, unfortunately. So the first screen here gives you a little bit of an overview, a lot of real estate wasted here, I think. And really the only new interesting stuff is the max XP you've ever had in a battle. And remember, this screen is for all battle types, but this is actually for standard for me here. So that's one good thing. And then you have the max damage per battle as well. And remember, again, this is not just standard, it's everything. But this particular battle here is also standard for me. So this screen here is meh. I mean, most of the stuff here we already had access to. So the next page here is a little bit more interesting. The summary statistics page here. Most of the stuff we already had access to as well, especially all the average stuff. There's really nothing new there as well. Battle stats details, we also had that. Nothing new there as well. And details, also pretty much the same. What we do have is top play tiers here, where you can see which tier you play the most, which is interesting. I mean, you can calculate that yourself if you download the Excel with your stats, but if you don't want to do that, then now you have access to it. So that's a good thing. Not really any surprises here. I play mostly tier 7. Top played nations, also interesting. Something I haven't actually done myself in the Excel. And I'm still very high on Japanese. That must be because I play Atago, or I played Atago a lot. And then Germans, and then British. So I'm quite happy with this. They're kind of like the quirky nations, and that suits me well. So if we go over to the max results per battle, that is a new category, and that's actually quite useful here. Some of it was shown on the first page. So max ships destroyed, very good. Aircraft destroyed, max damage, max XP, max ships spotted, and max potential damage. Very interesting, actually. So the last page is probably the most interesting one here. And this one shows you your top played ships and the win rate in those ships and the amount of battles you played in them. I mean, that's interesting. So I know my Atago battles because it's my most played ship. But see, I have 1,200 battles in Hipper, more than 1,000 in Martel, 800 in Wichita, and 700 in Edinburgh. And I mean, that's interesting to see. And all these ships aren't really what you would consider meta ships. Apart from Wichita. So I need to play some more Edinburgh battles and some more Minotaur battles, so I get that Wichita out of there. So I like this. This is interesting. And also coming back to the win rate here, it still shows the Type 1 win rate, which is a mix of solo and division standard play, which is just silly. Despite what some people say, you will perform better in a division. So I just put up my solo versus 3-player division stats here. And as you can see, I've played 2% of my overall battles in a division, which is so small it's not going to impact my win rates at all here. But actually, when you look into the details, my division win rate is 80% and my solo win rate is 59%. That's 21% difference. That's ridiculous. So if you have 60, let's say 75% of your battles in a division, that's obviously going to skew your win rate towards that 80% in my case, for example. So that would make your overall win rate probably 73. And then there's the old excuse about, oh, it's a team-based game. Yeah, that's right. So why don't you want to see your team-based stats separate from your solo stats? I mean, that should make total sense. Just like as a solo player, would like to see my solo stats separate from my division stats. So that brings us to the preferred ship types, and as you can see, I play by far mostly cruisers and mostly the more funny ones of them. I don't know how useful this is. It's kind of funny, but you can also see that I don't play a lot of carriers at all. I find that type of ships horrible to play, but that's a different story here. I like that it's included, but I don't know how useful it really is. So let's talk about the win rate here. And like I said before, this is the Type 1 win rate. So it's a mix between standard battles, divisions, and solo, which is just ridiculous. It's not going to give you the right number here. So this should be able to be filtered between solo, 2-player, and 3-player divisions. So for example, if we take Yamato as an example, a really bad example, that ship, when I played solo, I have a 59% win rate. When I played in a 3-player division, I have nearly 100% win rate, a difference of 37%. And true, I owe Peak and Aaron probably most of those numbers, but that doesn't change the fact that in a division, you will have a higher win rate. The ratio might differ a little bit, but it will be higher. So obviously that should be taken into account in the stats. That's just like total logic. So this brings us to the second problem with these new stats here, and that is the new average XP here. And while I like the new average XP, it's much better. It's based on the base XP or the earned in battle XP. It doesn't include the premium bonus, and that's a good thing. But there are still problems here because this average XP is calculated using your XP when you win a battle where you get a 50% bonus to your XP. And the point here is that you didn't earn that bonus. It's just a bonus. So it's not going to really reflect how well you did in the battle, which, you know, if you look at these stats from a player-by-player perspective, is just ridiculous. Like you don't want to count a bonus like that in, you know, individual stats. So if we look here in the earned in battle statistics here, you can see I got 2165 earned in this battle, and the premium bonus below it, that was what was used to be added into that number. That's removed now. That is excellent. That's perfect. We're not going to complain about that. But what we are going to complain about is that this number is wrong. Because I was on the winning team in this battle here, I was awarded a 50% bonus, like a 50% bonus to my XP that I didn't earn. I didn't earn that XP by spotting or killing destroyers or anything. I just earned it by winning. So what did I actually earn in this battle here? If we subtract the 50% winning bonus, I actually got 1450 XP. So that's a huge difference, like an enormous difference. And this is skewing the average XP. Because if you play in a division and you win more, which you will do, your average XP will also go up more than it should. So let's have an example here. Like I've been doing this calculation before, but Tactic Angel was kind enough to, you know, put it into a better format here so other people can understand it. So the first example is simply using my average XP here. So what this does is really, you split your average XP in 3, and then one of those 3s, you remove the win bonus from that, and then you subtract that from the overall XP. But you can do it easily, it's very easy. So my real average XP is 1,326. That's what I contribute to every game on average, without any bonuses at all, at least to my knowledge. And why is this important, Hipper? Well, I will tell you why it is important. The last line example here, we are using like a fictional example of a player with 1800 average XP and a win rate of 80%. So if you look at those numbers, you think, oh, that player is much better. But actually, once you remove the win bonus, because in this case, this other player has a 21% higher win bonus. So in 21% of his battles, he is awarded the win bonus, which will pump up those XP numbers without actually him having to perform better. So at first glance, higher XP, higher win rate must be a better player, right? Let's just run it through the formula here, Tactic Angel's wonderful formula. And once we've done that, you'll see that the actual average XP is actually lower than the one in my example. This is just examples, right? But that's what makes it important. So this is alternative facts right here. The average XP shown in game is wrong, and there's nothing we can say about that. That's just a fact. And the alternative facts, I think we should leave that to people with questionable spray tan and questionable hair pieces. So how can we fix this? Well, it's very simple. There's already a line of battle types at the top where you press like left trigger or right trigger to choose between them. And all we have to do is just add standard solo, standard 2-player division and standard 3-player division as a filter up there. And that will be easy to do because that's how it's already done. If you pick AI, that's type 2. If you pick standard in this screen here, that's type 1. So it would be like 2 seconds of some programmer just adding another 3 types up here, and that's it. But let's see if Wargaming actually does it. I just also want to mention that per ship stats are coming as well. They're not included in this release here, but I'm hoping, also sort of assuming, that they'll come with the next patch. So obviously that's going to be very interesting, probably more interesting than these overall stats here. So stay tuned for that one, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, I know sometimes it get a little bit tricky, just put a comment in, right?